Hi, everyone, and welcome to Heal Endometriosis Naturally with Wendy K. Laidlaw. Wendy has spent the last 2 years helping women with various stages of endometriosis to heal naturally after putting her condition into remission. After her own healing success from stage 4 endometriosis and adenomyosis, she's inspired to heal others, and her goal is to help some of the 175 million women know that there is another way other than painkillers, drugs, or surgery. This is the place to be for real talk with real people for real results, so you can learn how to heal your endometriosis naturally. Please note that the opinions expressed in this program may represent options, but are not a substitute for proper medical care. Before starting any new healthcare program, we recommend you consult with a health professional.
Hey everyone, it's Wendy K. Laidlaw here. I am so excited that you're back for this final bonus segment of the Endometriosis Educational webinar that I did recently. There was so much great stuff on here I just had to share, so I hope you enjoy this further. And yeah, you'll hear from Marie, who you may remember, she was on one of my podcasts, almost sort of 2 years ago now when she'd first read my book. And then she was on my podcast again when she'd put the condition in remission in the Endoboss Academy. And she's just recently graduated as an Endoboss coach, which is super exciting. So you're going to hear from her at the end. And then you're going to hear her full interview in the next couple of weeks as well. So enjoy.
Hi Wendy, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Marie. How are you?
Yeah, it's saying cannot start video, failed to start the video camera.
It might just be the Wi-Fi catching up.
Bear with me just a second. Oh, there we are.
Yay! I love your Endoboss. I know, I was thinking I should have worn mine, shouldn't I? But
long sleeve one. It's freezing down here tonight. It's like...
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I hope, I don't know if you saw the video of yourself there.
Yeah, quite emotional.
It is emotional, isn't it? And perhaps the ladies that are on here tonight will be like, oh, well, it's worked for Wendy, it's worked for Marie, perhaps you could share, like you were on this webinar just over a year, a bit, like kind of maybe start from, again, just a quick overview of like, they heard from you there, just, what you were suffering, but what is it like to kind of have come that journey?
Yeah, it's just incredible. Even watching that now, it's so provocative with the reaction it brings out in me, because I really now struggle to remember, how bad things were. And whilst the kind of memory of the pain that I used to suffer, bowel movements, especially for me, I'm absolutely riddled with, or was riddled with, the endometriosis all over my intestine and bowel. To sit here today, symptom-free, pain-free, glowing a little bit, I like to think. My hair, like I say, ridiculous. Yeah. I've never been able to get it this long. Lockdown's helping with that. But to not have migraines, to not have to worry about taking a day off sick from work. I covered it in the video, but just my social life, I'd become completely isolated. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to speak to people. I got so fed up of telling, people asking how I was, and just like, it's horrendous. It's, I actually got bored of my own voice, because I just got bored of listening to myself talking about how bad things were. So I just would isolate myself, and not even engage with people in the end, because it just became too difficult to do so. Plus I didn't have any energy anyway. Now, different story. Yeah. Whole different story. Life has changed. I wear, in fact, what I loved in the video with Wendy earlier, there's a clip of her with white shorts on. I actually posted in one of the 21-day challenges earlier in the year that I was like supporting the ladies through. I have never worn white shorts because I was utterly terrified of, having an accidental flood or anything. And for the first time last summer, I was actually able to walk outside confidently wearing white shorts, which is I just wouldn't have done it before. There's just no way you'd have got me in white. So it's the little things, people take wearing white for granted all the time, but endometriosis ladies, it's not a colour that we're naturally drawn to, unfortunately. No. But it's been amazing.
Yeah, and even just hearing you say that about the white shorts, I remember sort of think I could never wear white jeans, white trousers, just a disaster. But when you saw all that video as well, I mean, it's interesting hearing you say, like, it's hard to remember
like how far you've come.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, one of the protocols is that you have to journal, and you've obviously been doing that on your 21-day challenge, so well done to everybody for that. But what is staggering is in like 6 months, when you kind of look back and you see how far you've come, because like as Wendy said, it's all drip fed in, it's very incremental, so there's not an overwhelm, and you're not going to get quick results. Wendy said that caveat straight away. This is a long program, deliberately, because your body has taken so long to get to the state it's in. It has to heal naturally, and that will take time. But it's just incredible to think of, you know, the pain I used to be in, the bloating, the bleeding was horrific. I mean, I would have to double up on sanitary protection regularly, and even then that wouldn't be enough. I work in a male dominant environment at work, awful, you know, just regularly quite embarrassed about having to have regular bathroom breaks at work and everything else. So yeah, just completely different now. Everything's different. I don't have any of it anymore. It's just I've a 2 to 3 day light bleed, which I just, no migraines, no bloating, nothing.
And how long had you suffered from endometriosis?
I don't really know. I mean, I think I started really getting pain and symptoms in my early 20s. I'm 47 now, and I didn't get diagnosed until I was 37, I'm going to say. So I'd been suffering for over 20 years easily, and the doctors just fobbed me off all the time with, I had 3 big surgeries, 3 big laser surgeries, IVF treatment, which was never going to work because they hadn't got to the root cause of the endo. Painkillers, drugs, you name it. I'd have rattled if you shook me, literally. I mean, at one point a month, I think I was on 8 prescriptions a month. Yeah. And all they just kept doing was giving me more side effects as they gave me more painkillers. I'm not on anything now. All I take is supplements, as prescribed by Wendy in the program, and it's just incredible. Not one doctor told me really what endometriosis was, how I'd got it. I couldn't even pronounce it when they told me what it was. I couldn't even say the word, and just the regular dismissal of, oh, well, yeah, take this drug, you know, well, we'll put you in for another surgery. It just, at some point, well, the point came when I just reached out to Wendy after I read the book, and that there was just no turning back. I knew something had to change. Yes, and obviously I've invested the money, and it's the best money I've ever invested. Yeah. There's no getting away from it.
Well, I think you said it in your thing, didn't you? It's like you'd never invested in yourself in that way before. It's like we spend money on a house or a car or things like that, but actually to think about investment in ourselves and actually we are worth it. And it's scary because invariably our confidence when we start on this journey isn't that high. We don't actually think we're worth it in inverted commas, but you know, seeing the growth in you in a relatively short period of time, you think 20 years and over a year, it's taken your body to repair and regenerate. It's been phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and it's that you know, and I say it's not a quick process, but I suppose relatively it is.
Well, I think we're cautious, aren't we? Because there's so many quick fix things, and I just don't subscribe to that. I always say it's not an easy journey, but by Jove, it's worth it. You know, and I think what I'm going to do from now on is get people to do a video at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Because I get obviously you to do videos at the end, but I think it's very easy. I know you journal, and obviously that's part of the protocols, but it's easy to forget just the little nuances and think when you're in it, you'll never get out of it. And then when you put it into remission, you struggle to remember. And it's etched in my brain forever. Like I remember our first call. I remember like how emotionally and psychologically, you know, spiritually, you were just like at the end of your tether, you know.
I was a husk. Like there was nothing left. Literally everything had drained out. Literally. There was, you know, I was at my wit's end. There's no 2 ways about it. I just could not keep doing the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing, keep getting the same results. So no, it's
what does it feel like now to be the boss of your endometriosis, to have put the condition in remission?
I still struggle to find words, because I never you know, if you told me a year ago, I would be sat here today having, hopefully, sorry ladies that haven't been as supportive on the 21-day challenge, I've actually been suffering from COVID myself
Wow.
this last week, so I'm just getting better now. But and again, that's something else I'd like to bring up actually. I have had COVID for sure the last 2 weeks. I've absolutely no doubt that since doing the programme with Wendy, my immune system has been considerably stronger than it would have been, and it's helped me fight the awful symptoms, because it has been horrendous. But my body's stronger, you know, physically I'm in the best shape I've been in for a lot of years. I'm running again, I've got energy. It's just incredible. Incredible.
And you trained, and you just graduated as an
Yes.
coach as well.
I have. Yes. Yeah.
Which is so exciting.
Endometriosis alumni.
Exactly. So did you ever think when you started that, you know, you would train as a coach, and obviously with the support, and we're just about finishing our Endometriosis coach website as well, which is very exciting, but for people to apply to that too. But did you ever imagine that, like, you know, you've added this on, that this is going to be your new career path as well?
No, not in a million years. When I came into this, it was with the sole intention of being well and out of pain, and I didn't in a million years think that I would go on, change my career potentially, you know, and you know, have that to kind of look forward to as well. I just thought I was stuck in a life of, you know, doing essentially what I'd always done. But no, everything's changed now, and I've worked with Wendy now since November.
Yeah.
On getting coaching people, and it's absolutely my calling. There's no two ways about it. All I can say is I've been in the wrong job for many years, because I just didn't know this was an option, and I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity, because it's just to work with such wonderful women who are at that point of, you know, the point I was at, not knowing what to do. I can empathise straight away, and it's, you know, you can go to the doctors and you can go to counsellors and obviously people that can help, but they don't get the nuances of endo, and they don't understand the seismic impact it has on your life. And for me to be able to sit here today and help other women through, you know, the process now, just absolutely incredible.
And I'm just, as you're talking there, I'm thinking, you know, my belief is that endometriosis has shown up in a woman's body for a reason, like for a greater purpose. And it makes me quite emotional, because I see women, I feel them, I hear them when they start, but I equally know there's just even greater purpose up the pathway for yourself. I mean, I could see that in you from the beginning when we started working together, but, you know, can you now see that there was a reason why endometriosis showed up in your body and on your pathway to your purpose?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I mean, I'm featuring in Wendy's kind of greatest stories that's coming out, hopefully sometime soon. And I think I actually...
That's the book cover there.
There it is.
Success stories.
Success stories. Yeah, I mean, for me, you know, to be at this point now, and I actually kind of finished my story off with that by saying, I'm actually grateful that I had endometriosis, because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I wouldn't have the empathy that I've got. I wouldn't have the, you know, the love to give to other women now that desperately need it, and that understanding. So whilst the condition is awful, I'm grateful that I had it, because if I hadn't had it, I wouldn't be. It's so cliche to say, but if I hadn't had it, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, and you know, I wouldn't have changed my path. So
but that's incredible. It for you know, but what do you think endometriosis has taught you about yourself?
Well, I'm an exceptionally resilient, stoic individual, and it took me a long time to be able to see that. I always saw myself as a victim of circumstance, victim of the condition, victim of the medical route. You know, it was always, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why me? And then I suddenly switched that thinking to, why not me? Because the minute you have a switch of kind of, well, why not? Why, you know, why should somebody else suffer? And it's just that kind of mental flip I needed.
Is crucial, isn't it? Because when you've been mistreated, misunderstood, you start to then reflect back to yourself, there's something wrong with you. But actually, there's nothing wrong with you. Is that just you're being squashed under the weight of other people's projection, and then you recognize the strength in you you never knew you had.
Yeah, I've since reading Wendy's book, I have changed everything in my life. I've got rid of toxic people, toxic products, all the 5 Ps. You will have to, like wheat and gluten, ladies, I'm sorry, it's a big one, and I never thought I'd be able to give that up, but I actually, if I have something with wheat in now, I know straight away if it's a hidden wheat. But even now, I used to think I'm going to really crave like hot buttery toast, and I just don't anymore. I just use the wheat-free option. It's great.
Well,
but you had quite a battle with me for that, for sure, didn't you? Because I was not happy about giving up certain things. But there's a reason why you have to give these things up, because they're poisoning your body, and it's that simple. And it's learning, it's that education Wendy's already alluded to and mentioned. It's they can't take the education away, and you can't. Now I know what I know. I spend my life professing to everybody else about how they can improve, but people will when they want.
Yeah, but plus you feel the difference. That's you know your body now. But what about emotionally? Because that's so poorly understood, I think, on this journey, the emotional component. How has that helped you?
Oh, emotionally, when I came into this, I was a mess. There's no two ways about it. Years of being, kind of not believed, or not understood, or not heard. I'll use that. It's definitely the not heard that kind of leads to, like, self-doubt, self-criticism. When I came into this, Wendy, you will know, I had low self-esteem, and emotionally now, having kind of healed the issues I had in the past, or accepting them for what they were and resolving them through journaling and meditation, I'd say I'm a lot more stable. I'm the most content I've ever been in my life. I don't, constantly hanker after things that I think are going to make, the distractions that will take me away from the pain, or, the victim status, effectively. And I'm able to, I've reconciled things in the past that were affecting, for sure, the endo. And that was a major part of the healing for me, was that reconciliation.
Amazing. And did you ever anticipate that would be part of the journey, part of the program for you?
No. When Wendy first kind of introduces that element, I thought, this is crazy. How is my past possibly affecting a known medical condition? And I just couldn't kind of fathom the reasons. But then you get the education, you read the books that Wendy will suggest you read, and you question how you haven't been told any of this previously. It's that simple. You question why you weren't told about the food. In fact, I'll try not to go on too long, but one thing I do want to share with you is when I went to the doctors, having read Wendy's book, and I said to them, I'm embarking on this program. It's basically clean eating, no wheat, getting rid of, I had a Mirena coil that was absolutely killing me. And it took the doctors 3 years to remove that. And it actually took to the point where I actually went into the surgery and said, if you don't remove it, I'm going to take it out myself. I was that desperate to get rid of the thing. But the doctors actually said, when I explained the process, that they couldn't support me in my program because it wasn't British Medical Association or whatever approved, and I was basically on my own. So not only had they not told me how I'd got the condition, why I'd got the condition, what the condition was, they then wouldn't give me any kind of medical support going forward with Wendy's program, and haven't been back to the doctor since, because I haven't needed to.
I know, that's amazing, isn't it? Just amazing. And I think that's it. Once you have that knowledge and that education, that information, they can't take it away from you. As Martin Luther King said, and and I think that's what it's all about. I wish I had known all of this 33 years ago. Every now and again, like, oh, that feeling of loss and grief. And this is why I'm so passionate. This is why we both doing what we do now, because we know we've been there, we've been in the trenches, and we don't want other women to suffer. But look, thank you so much. What would you say as your parting words to the women who are on here tonight? Yeah,
I'm going to say what I've said in my earlier video. Trust your instincts. I know you're probably doubting them because you're not trusting yourself at the moment because of what you're being told from various other parties, medical route, etc. But just trust your instincts. This Wendy has helped thousands of women. I'm one of them, obviously. And this process, as long as you commit to it, it's not easy and it's not quick, but it does work. And if you can imagine yourself in a year's time, you could be sitting here completely healed with no symptoms, no side effects, hopefully coaching other women as well to get them well and enjoying and living the lives they should be living. It's that simple. You owe it to yourself to live your best life, and if you don't think you are, then apply.
Awesome. Thank you, Marie. And I think that's it. I know you're with me on my mission, which is to have the world's leading training organization, because as I've mentioned earlier tonight, it's not just about us or you getting well and training, which is awesome. And I hope these women on here tonight, but it's also about training the medical professionals and also the helping professionals, the naturopaths, nutritionists, who don't know. And that they need, so that because there's far too many suffering. But you've been a superstar, you've been an amazing student.
Thank you.
And inspire, and I think I'm looking for, it's women like yourself that I'm looking for to apply, who really, you understand it's a commitment. It is a commitment for at least 6 months to a year, to allow your body to come into the family, allow your body to kind of feel what it likes to feel part of something that is progressive and positive and actually get results. But you have been such a superstar, Marie. Thank you so much indeed.
No problem. Thank you. And good luck, ladies, with everything. And I really hope that you will follow your instincts and go ahead, because there is no downside to you doing this. Yes, there's financial investment, but as Wendy said, what is the cost if you keep doing what you're doing? What I can't put a cost on the days I've had off sick and the impact it's had on my life. So the money really, it's a drop in the ocean. I know it's a lot of money, but it's a drop in the ocean, compared to a lot of other things in life. And money will come back to you, time won't.
Absolutely. Well, that's it. That's what I was just saying a couple of minutes ago. 33 years. I mean, where could have gone and done, but that's it. Now I know that. And I believe this is why I went through that, because this is my purpose. And that's why you went, because it's your purpose. And those on you tonight, we found the meaning in what was the misery. We found the meaning in it for a greater mission.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Yeah. And it feels wonderful.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Marie. You're such a superstar. I appreciate you. I value, and you're such an awesome coach as well. It's been a joy training you and getting to this point. And you look after yourself, and we'll speak soon.
Thank you. Take care, ladies. Bye.
Bye. So I hope that you enjoyed hearing from the lovely Marie. Isn't it fantastic to see her glowing? And I know that she'd caught a little bit of COVID there, which was not great, but yeah, her immune system was actually quite strong, and which is fantastic. But yeah, Marie was on this webinar as you are now, just over a year ago. So this is where you hopefully I'm going to wind up this webinar in the next couple of minutes, but if you've got any questions, please do pop them into the Q&A or in the chat box below, and I'll have a look at them. I just want to finish off to say, I've actually got loads of doctors, believe it or not, backing what I'm doing, authenticating my book and my programs now, which is awesome too. And, I think the results speak the volumes at the end of the day. And this is where you will need to go and journal, you need to go meditate, you need to contemplate and say, are you ready now? Because why wait? If there's one thing I'll say to you, take that leap of faith, go for it. I even offer a 14-day money back guarantee. So you can try it for 14 days. I know on my journey, I was always so scared, and I was like scared to invest and scared to move forward and scared I was going to do the wrong thing. But this, once you start and once you see what's involved and the way that it's orchestrated, I live, breathe this, because it's so important that you get to live the life that you were destined to live, and you weren't meant to suffer. I think somebody said to me the other day, Buddha says that we're meant to suffer. And I'm like, no, the word for suffering doesn't actually exist in the Sanskrit. I think it is. It's that there are challenges in life life, and as humans we will meet these challenges. It's how we move through these challenges is a measure of us as we're progressing, and that's what I'll be sharing with you, and the program will be sharing with you, is how to manage all these different stages, because as you're growing and as you're making the adjustments along with everyday life, how are you managing to do that? So it's been an absolute honor and a joy. I'm going to have a quick look at the questions here. Sanuta, you're asking, if you have had a total hysterectomy, are you able to train as an Endometriosis coach? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I think I mentioned to you that my mother had had a hysterectomy and all her endometriosis came back. So the principles would be the same. You'd be learning how to ensure, because we've had women come through this program who've had hysterectomies as well. So absolutely, there's no problem in that. But obviously, we'll be training you and teaching you how to get your own body up to its ultimate health and strength and energy levels, and then obviously educating you and training you as a coach in that regard. So I hope that answers your question. But somebody who's saying they're anonymous, so I don't know what your name is, so I'm sorry. I've read online that people can have endometriosis and not know they have it, as they have no symptoms. From your program, how do you know endometriosis is not continuing to grow? I'd like to have children when I'm older. I'm worried if I won't know if it's actually growing if I have no symptoms. Let's see. So you're saying have no symptoms. I mean, that's an interesting question. So my instincts are that there's a reason. If you're on here, there's something in your instincts suspecting that you might have it. If you have any form of pain with a period, that's not normal. And then what you're looking to do is to adopt a preventative attitude. Prevention's better than the cure, in inverted commas, isn't it? So how would you know endometriosis is not continuing to grow? Because you would know. Because basically, the program is very much designed that this is your journey, okay? You're responsible for your body and this is your journey, but you're going to be shrouded in support and with feedback. So you will get to know, to trust your instincts, trust your intuition, have written documentation, so you'll be able to track what's happening in various elements of your body. And if you go back to the very, very beginning of the webinar, I know it's a long webinar, so you might have forgotten, but what causes endometriosis to grow in the first place? It's a number of different factors. One is inflammation and hormone imbalance. So what you're always looking to do is to balance the body. And then there's a number of sort of home tests and various tests that you can do, very inexpensive ones that can actually measure. There's markers and there's measures that you can gauge in that. So again, you'll just know, you'll understand, because the healthy eating habits that I'm suggesting, remember the 5 Ps, the produce, the food that I'm suggesting is clean food, okay? So we're going to be supporting your body in that regard, supporting your immune system, supporting your central nervous system. I use the analogy, we have they're like twin sisters, the nervous system and the immune system. If the nervous system is constantly wired and tired, then it's going to affect the function of the immune system. If the immune system is impaired in any way, then that's when debris and things start to happen in the body. So what we're always looking to attain is a strengthened immune system, so that the immune system can start to mop up any endometrial deposits, or mop up and dissolve any cysts or fibroids and things like that. So to answer your question, how do you know the endometriosis is not continuing to grow? Well, there's obviously something going on with you right now that makes you suspect that you have it. So I would trust your instincts on that. There's obviously signs or something that's making you feel that way. You'll know that it's your body's healing by the signs and symptoms. It's that simple. You know, we have evolved over millions and millions of years as humans. Sadly, in this sort of last century, we've detached ourselves from our instincts and our intuition, because of we've been looking externally for answers when actually the answers lie within. So I hope that answers your question. If not, then let me know. I'd like to have children when I'm older. I'm worried if I don't know it's actually growing if I have no symptoms. You'll know that, you'll just know. Ultimately, you shouldn't be having any pain with your period. You should be having you heard Marie there, I'm the same. I have a 2 to 3 day period. It's a total non-event. Even heard Laura, you know, she has, you know, every woman who goes through the program, their periods become a 2 to 3 day affair. It's very light, no clots, things like that. So there'll be signs and symptoms. And this is what I teach you, is how to connect and how to read the signs. Just like if you were going up a mountain or going somewhere, you would get someone who knew the land, because they'll be able to read the land and read the signs. And that's kind of what I teach you to do. So it's not like I dictate to you. I help you increase your awareness. I help you get the information that you need to to increase your awareness. And I also give you the education, which again furthers the information and furthers the awareness. And I keep you inspired, because it's a tough journey. You know, it's like when you're going up Mount Kilimanjaro, you know, you're going to need people by your side, people to know the landscape, and you're going to need prepared for the journey. You know, it's not going to be, pardon the pun, but a walk in the park. So all these things are going to help you, give you an idea of kind of what's happening inside your body, which again, you'll be given the tools, what to use to get that feedback on that. So I hope that answers that question for you. Let me see what's here. Let me see here in the chat function. Hey, Julia, you're saying my goal is to improve fertility. Is there an outreach on it? Will there be any extra cost testing? Of course, supplements will come on top. Well, hopefully you felt inspired. I mean, I think we've got 19 babies as a result, or Endoboss babies, as we like to call them now, from the program. Obviously, there's no guarantees, I have to say that, but you know, if what we're looking to do is to get your body in the optimum balanced state. So because there can be a number of reasons why there is infertility, or why one doesn't maintain a pregnancy. So again, you'll be educated on it, you'll understand why. So looking to improve fertility, again, we're going to be looking at the body very systematically. It's a very systematic program. It's not, I educate you from a science perspective, but I don't bore you with all the details. I'm trying to kind of give you it so you can implement it. Ideally, what we want as well, is if we can, is to get partners and family and things involved as well, because then it makes it so much more enjoyable as well. But we're going to be looking at things like what potentially from a produce perspective could be causing inflammation, from a product's perspective, because a lot of people have made changes and then literally, this is my magnifying glass, we literally put everything under magnifying glass. So we'll as a team, we'll be asking you to complete certain forms and things at various stages, certainly at the beginning, and we'll be analyzing everything and giving you feedback on it. And we help you do it in ways so that you can implement these changes, because I don't want to throw everything at you at the beginning because you get overwhelmed. So then you'll be able to improve. So we know what we're looking for. Ultimately, we want the body in the most optimal state for pregnancy, and most importantly, optimal state to sustain that pregnancy. Again, Stacey, you saw she'd actually had sadly had a miscarriage early on, but her progesterone levels were very, very low. And again, there'll be a test. It's a very inexpensive test. It's about £60 or something that I would suggest that you take, that you can just test. You can just see what your progesterone levels are at. Again, supplements. There is a supplement suggestions that I make. There again, they're maybe about £80 or £90. They're not hugely expensive. And again, you can get these things as you need them. The power shake ingredients are the main ones I suggest you get. So there's not a huge amount of costs once you start, but you'll be, again, it'll be drip fed through to you. So just, as I say, there's an inexpensive test, which I recommend about 3-4 weeks into the program. And at the beginning, there's the power shake ingredients as well. Will I be doing one-to-one coachings as well? Well, actually, I never got to the end of my webinar. But yes, as bonuses, in fact, let me just share. You'll be getting coached by the lovely Marie, who'll be doing your weekly one-to-ones. And I'll also be jumping on once a month with you personally to see how you're getting on. And I'll also be doing once a fortnight group Q&As as well, like this, where you can come on and chat. And depending on the group, we might sort of bring you on in a Zoom perspective so we can have more interaction as well. But yes, I'll be doing personalized one-to-one coaching every month with you individually as well. Is the cost for as long as it takes to heal? Is the cost for as long as it takes to put endo into remission, or is it just a period of 6 months to a year. Hey Louise, good to have you on. It is for a 6-month program. I mean, to be honest, most people, I'd say 95% of women get the results within that time frame. Occasionally, it just depends. Sometimes there might be a requirement, and I do have an add-on program. I have an Advanced Plus program, which is another 5-week, which just tends to kind of get it. But by the time the 6 months, you know, I mean, they're even just using Marie as an example there. You saw Marie was able to put all her symptoms into remission in the 6 months and then train as an endometriosis coach in that latter 6 months. And then within that coach training, there was additional support from me and my team as well. So because it's so important that my coaches are at their ultimate optimum health levels as well. So 6 months is, I'm very confident if the women put the work in and the commitment, they will get the results. And it is, you know, it's embarking on this journey. I call it a journey because it's a journey inward, and we need support as women who've you know had this condition for a period of time. And we're looking at the physical, we're looking at the mental, the psychological, the emotional, the spiritual, you know. So this is where we need the support, and it's incredible how the body can respond, you know. And this is why we're talking with past and trauma, perhaps PTSD, you know, things that have gone on in the past, because nobody talks about these things. So how do we even know that might even be an issue for us? That's why we go through the journaling. So I'm very confident with the type of person that you are, Louise, seeing how you are already, that you would benefit really well from them. But we're here to support you. I think ultimately you're not just a number. I hope, you know, you realize that even from the 21-day challenge, we really care about what we do. This is why I do what I do, and literally have poured all my savings, my pension money went into something just recently and it didn't work out. But hey, you know, I'm here because I really care, and I want to show you, guide you. I want to be the guide to show you how get along that pathway, avoid the pitholes, avoid the wrong turns. I think Dr. Myhill, the second edition of my book is due out soon. And Dr. Myhill, I've had several doctors write me testimonials, which has been fantastic. In fact, you'll see Marie again is at the one of the testimonials here. But I've had many doctors now, you know, write about, she wrote the foreword for my book, but I think she said, as a previous sufferer, Wendy has walked this path, and like so many on a similar journey, has taken many wrong turns. So I'm going to be ensuring, my team and I are going to be ensuring that you are taken by the hand. We can't do the work for you. It's very important, but I will give you everything. I mean, I always say this, if I could fly to wherever anybody was and do it for you, I would, at my own expense, whatever. But I can't, we can't. You have to do the work, and it is a proven pathway now. I've been doing this a long time. This is why I'm trying to get as many testimonials out there to give you that confidence, that reassurance to take that leap of faith, because that's what it's about. And just faith in your amazing body's ability to heal itself, because ultimately that's what it's all about as well. So I hope that answers your questions. If there's anything else, then do let me know. But I think that's all that I can see for now. What I will say is that you're all amazing. You all have it doesn't matter what's happening right now in your body. Each and every one of you has the cells, the capacity, the power in which to put this condition in remission. It's just that it's not very well known yet. And this is why I'm working very hard, investing a lot of money to try and get this message out to as many women as possible. I want to leave a legacy behind that goes on long after I've gone. Hence why I want this to be the world's leading training organization, not only for yourselves to put your heal, but also train and also help other professionals. So I hope that you have, in fact, I was just going to say, yes, let me just show you as a final thing. Let me just show you here. Yes, you will get extra bonuses as well. You'll get 3 personalized one-to-ones with me. There's also the 14-day money-back guarantee. And I love this final, I'm going to finish on this now, which is the most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved, by Mother Teresa. And I think that's the thing with women with endometriosis, the loneliness and the feeling of not being connected to anything can feel so tragic. So yes, so if you are interested and want to apply to work with me, then you can go to Heal Endometriosis Naturally course.com. I'll pop it in the chat box for you here so that you can all see it. And you can complete the application form that is there. And as part of the application process, we'll jump on a call and have a quick chat, make sure that you understand what's involved and how much we care and are interested, and make sure that we're a good fit for this adventure, this new relationship that we're going to have, because this is going to be at least 6 months. So as I say, unlike other programs out there that are professing to be quick fixes, there's no such thing. And if you can, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and avoid the 33 years that I had to go through. And I don't like to sort of dwell on it too much, but it was hell. But if you can avoid all that, then all that I've gone through has been worth it. So look, that is me. It's been fantastic. I'd love to hear, just before I jump off, if you have any final comments, let me know what is the top thing that you have learned from this educational masterclass, this webinar. What will you be thinking about as you leave? Let me know if you feel that you want to share. That would be great. If not, don't worry. But equally, know that we are here to support you on this journey. And I hope that you've enjoyed this webinar. So if you have any questions, again, please feel free to, I'll pop it in the chat box, email support@healendometriosisnaturally.zohodesk.com. And I hope you've enjoyed the webinar. Thanks, Marie. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your time. And thank you, Louise. That's very sweet of you. Thanks, Julia. And you're all amazing. You've got this. I know I can feel you all right now, wherever you're at. I know some of you quite well now, and I feel you, I hear you, and you've just got to keep trusting this amazing relationship, as Marie said, that can completely change your life, that you can change your life. And you're here for a reason, and I want you to just trust yourself. So we are going to be starting the next Endometriosis Academy in the next couple of weeks. So it'd be great if we can all come together and start at the same time. But if there's any questions at all, please do let us know at support@healendometriosisnaturally.zohodesk.com. And I look forward to meeting you all personally if I haven't already met you, and know that your body's amazing. You've got this. And to your health.
Hey, it's Wendy again. Was that not inspiring or what? I hope it was. Even just me hearing all this back, all the improvements, the changes, the impacts that these programs have made on women is just wonderful to hear. I hope you feel suitably encouraged, your hope has been revived, and that you're ready to take action. If so, remember to apply at healendometriosisnaturallycourse.com, and you can learn how to learn more about the Endometriosis Academy and complete the application form. We're going to be starting the Academy soon in the next couple of weeks, so I hope that you will be successful in your application and look forward to meeting you in due course. Until then, keep you number one, keep yourself safe, to your health.
Thanks for listening to Heal Endometriosis Naturally with Wendy K. Laidlaw, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and rate us. If you're interested in learning more, you can download your top 5 jumpstart tips at healendometriosisnaturally.com and jump on the VIP email list. Remember to keep you number one. The world needs a healthy you.